I want to now speak to you about young people because you're the Minister of Youth. And while you would have, spoken to education, of course, we want an educated young populace. And St. Kitts and Nevis has, I can't recall the exact percentage, but I think that, we have so many young people in St. Kitts and Nevis. And the young people, we often say, are our future. They are the ones who really will carry on after the older ones would have died out. And you have had the opportunity to interact with many young people. What are your plans to improve, for example, youth employment, to get our young people involved in sports, which is part of your ministry, to get our young people involved in culture, whether it is through the performing arts, the literary arts, the visual arts. What are your dreams for our young people?
My dream for our young people is to see our young people empower themselves to the fullest extent. However, what is offered by government for young people, what is offered by the Youth Empowerment Department for young people must be driven primarily by our young people. Again, it would appear as though you would have looked at my schedule for this week because it was only on Monday afternoon that myself and the staff of the Youth Department, the Youth Empowerment Department, would have met at the very same OTI to discuss the way forward for the Youth Empowerment Department. We discussed quite a number of plans, but one of the things which I said to them is that it should not be a matter of the staff within the department sitting down and coming up with the programs for young people. We have to engage our young people. I said to them that ideally, for me, we should have had a youth forum before the presentation of the upcoming budget debate, so that we hear from the young people. We know what their concerns are. We know what are the programs that they would like to see being initiated by government. We know that throughout the course of next year, as those programs are rolled out, the very same young people who would have asked for the programs are out there monitoring us to ensure that we are delivering their programs because of what they would have suggested to us. Very early in the new year, we are still going to embark upon that youth forum. Apart from hearing the needs of young people, we want to ensure that our national youth policy isn't just a document sitting on paper, but one which goes through the parliamentary process and is there to guide the work of the Department of Youth Empowerment. We want to ensure that we have an active National Youth Council. It pains me, it embarrasses me when I have to attend regional and international meetings and other countries can speak to the fact that they have an active National Youth Council, but here in St. Kitts and Nevis, the Youth Council has been dormant for a number of years. That council must help to guide the work. That council must say to government that the youth would want to see these particular programs in place. He alluded to the fact that perhaps the largest demographic that we have in St. Kitts and Nevis is that of young people. And so those young people voices must be heard. We have too many issues affecting our young people for us not to be speaking, for us not to be hearing from the young people throughout the length and breadth of St. Kitts and Nevis. I can sit here and I can say to you, I would like to see this program, I would like to see that program. But I also accept that I am only one individual. I also accept that I am now past what is the age for youth. And so I will be guided by the views of our own young people.
You think then that the future of St. Kitts and Nevis is in good hands with our young people?
I do believe that the future of St. Kitts and Nevis is in good hands with our young people. We have a small minority of young persons who unfortunately have chosen certain lifestyles, certain behaviors which we do not welcome in our society. But the vast majority of our young people, they are doing well. I entered politics and was elected at the age of 31. And I know that you have other young persons out there, and there are persons who were elected at an even younger age. And you have quite a number of young persons out there making achievements, contributing positively to the development of St. Kitts and Nevis. We can name them. On the 12th of November, we have the award ceremony in Parliament for the 25 most remarkable teens. That program, as most of us would know, is one that recognizes young persons from St. Kitts and Nevis who would have made great strides in different areas, be it in sports, be it in the area of religion, be it in the area of academics, but those persons will be honored on the 12th of November. It is a program which was started on the previous administration, one that we recognize to be a good program, and we will continue to ensure that we recognize our young people. I am supposed to be traveling to Guyana around the middle of next month for a meeting of COSAD. But preceding that particular meeting, there is a youth meeting for a project which was piloted in 5 CARICOM countries. St. Kitts happens to be one of those countries, the Keyon High School in particular. Dennis McCall, who is one of our CARICOM youth ambassadors and actually the dean of the CARICOM youth ambassadors, is also supposed to be at that particular meeting. This is a young man, he teaches at Keyon High School incidentally. Next month also in Malta, there's a youth forum being held. We are hoping to be able to send 2 of the CARICOM youth ambassadors in the person of Joy Napier, and she actually has her own private school in Nevis, young lady. We have Travis Bell, one of the alternate youth ambassadors, who we are also hoping to send to that meeting. He also attended a youth meeting held by the University of the West Indies in Jamaica just earlier this month. We have a next young lady from Nevis, Marvel Nisbet, one of the alternate youth ambassadors. She's supposed to be going off to the CTO meeting for young persons. I think that comes up in Curacao very early in November. Those are only 4 young persons but indeed they represent quite a large number of young persons here in St. Kitts and Nevis who are doing quite well.